Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to My Life on Paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Welcome to Scraptember. Today's prompt by the Scrappy Sisters is for a single photo. I also am using a cut file from 31 Days of Cut File with MK and Janet, and this is the pin that I pulled from Pinterest. It is by Luluberlu23 from 2014. And if there's a way to link any of that, or not any of that, if there's a way to link the pin down below, I'm going to figure it out. So here is um the cut file that I got as part of the 31 Days of Cut Files from MK and Janet. I will have that listed below. And I wasn't sure, so cut files do so much of the work for you. So I wanted it, but I really wanted it to look like it was supposed to be together, like it was like the cut file wasn't just an afterthought. So I went to Pinterest and I found this mixed media, and I really was happy the way this worked out. So this like stitch circle is something I got from Amazon. There are like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different sizes. I went with the biggest one. You can tell that it's in the pin, they're smaller circles. It totally works with these big circles. I kind of originally thought that I was going to just use the cut file as it was, and then it was going to frame my 4-inch round photo. I used my Cricut to make a round circle. It worked very well. But somehow I didn't figure out the size correctly, so the cut file is smaller. But the other thing is I was working with the constraints of how long my Cricut can make it, because it's only 11.5 inches. So, and then this works out perfectly. I am looking to the inspiration, the pin, to really place the circles. Would you have to do that? Absolutely not. Please go for it and just place them wherever you want. I'm learning to be creative, and so I really need a guide to help me, and that's why I like, Pinterest and sketches and all those kind of things. There I'm pointing out a little smudge. After a while, you will never notice that smudge is there because I will have lots of other mixed media. This is Midnight the Black from Catherine Pooler that I'm using. It's her inks are nice and juicy and nice to use. And I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 more on here. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell you about my picture that I'm gonna bring in. Oh, you can see it right there, although there's a glare. It is a NASCAR driver helmet. My friend Becky won a trip, and we went last October, and it was a fabulous trip. And I am starting to document some of those photos now. And I really liked the way this helmet turned out, and I really like that it's on a circular background. So this is a Tim Holtz stamp set, and I'm gonna try to get messy. So I stamp it down first, and then I do the second and third generation. I like how that looks. Um, I put my cut file down. I know I need more, so I'm gonna use splatters. Um, just all over the page, randomly. And then once that is done, I believe I'm going to grab another stamp. Maybe it's the same stamp. I think it's a different stamp. Yeah, let's look. And I think it's a, oh, no. So I take the ink pad. This is an old, close to my heart, and I just dragged it down across some of the sides there. And then this is the second one. It's from the same stamp set from the Tim Holtz, and then I'm gonna stamp that down, but I do want it to go off the page. I am trying to be kind of like as random and that as I can, even though I'm doing it so precisely. So I just keep going until I don't have any ink on the stamp any longer. Then I'll go in back with the cut file, and I will end up cutting it apart because I don't want to cover up too much with the picture. I want you to be able to see it. So really what I'm going to do is cut that gear part. And I don't think you're going to notice at all that I've cut it into 2 pieces. I mean, you're going to see that it's 2 pieces, but it's going to, hopefully in the end, it'll make sense that it just looks like it's supposed to be that way. Cut files are very versatile, and again, do a lot of the work for you. So once I get that trimmed apart and then kind of just cleaned up a little bit, I'm going to bring out my watercolors, And these are just, I have several different watercolors, but these are the ones I'm going to bring out are from Walgreens. They are a very cheap set that I just got on sale, and you can see, and they're kind of shimmery, and it's a good variety of colors. So I'm right there just holding it up to see what shade of green do I want. And so then I've got the blue already. I'm just going to go in randomly with some green watercolor. Again, randomly is hard for me. I'm working very hard on it. Um, but the more you do something like this, the easier it does get. I know I will have my photo in the middle, so you're not going to see everything, but I'm just having a good play and getting some on different parts of the page. And it might kind of mix with the blue, and that's okay too. I will also take my paintbrush now that I've got green on there and then get some splatters of green on there too. Might as well, it's on the brush, right? So that was not my own idea. I have seen somebody else do it. I don't remember who. And then I got the idea just to paint some of the green watercolor on there. And it's supposed to be messy, so I think that's perfect. And it looks very different green when I stamped it, right? But that's okay too. So now I've got several different shades of the green, different shades of the blue. I've got my cut apart or my cut file cut apart. And oh, there's some words on the inspiration on the Pinterest pin there. So adventure goes on there. And then I will also have one more word. But first I lay out the cut file because I'm trying to do it so that you'll see the word once the cut file goes down. So I play with different places for this. I tried along the circles. I didn't want to cover them all up. I tried opposite the circles. That looked goofy. So I'm going to kind of go with a horizontal look for the cut file. And it kind of tucks in there, I think. So I will get that glued down and then find out that that was a hard place to put it because somehow that cut file wants to end up right on top of that word explore. It does happen. See, there you go. So then I try to play with, how can I make this so that the words I just stamped you can see? So I will go ahead and just tweak this just a little bit so that you can see explore. And then I think that lends to seeing adventure a little bit better as well. And once I figure out exactly where it's going to go, there you go. See, now you can see adventure. Once I figure out where it's going to go, then I will use my Barely Art glue to, and that doesn't have to glue the whole thing, just the ends to make sure that it's got a good, it's secured down. So I will that little portion that, oh, there was a little spot that wasn't poked out. So I'll take my little pin from the glue and poke that little spot out. And then get the rest of this glued down. And then I keep saying that the cut file does all this work for you, and it really does. So I have my background all stamped and colored, and now I've got my cut file glued down. I'm not going to put any other embellishments on there. I might have had some sequins out, and I kind of just forgot about them, but um, I feel like this is really finished. The only thing it needs is a title. So I go into my stash to find something. Oh, I'll get the picture glued down. That's important. And I don't mind using either ATG adhesive on a photo or the liquid glue either. The Barely Art glue works for photos as well. And I looked at different things and I found this one and it said moments, and I really didn't know what kind of a title I wanted. So it led me to think, can't you put moments on any title? Or on any page? Isn't it? Yeah, they're all moments, right? It's a snapshot in time. But yet, if I didn't have a title for a page and I was just gonna do it with whatever, like stamp or maybe use stickers to spell out a title, I certainly would never put moments as a title. And maybe that's just a joke for me. I don't know, but it was something I was thinking about and perplexed me. So moments it is. There is room on this page to journal, just on the page if I need to. I have a feeling more likely what will happen is I'll make a companion page and maybe do some journaling about that page and this page together, because honestly, this was on the NASCAR truck and it was the driver's helmet. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.